One thing I realized on my travels is how much I wish I had done that when I was younger. Not so much the pursuing music aspect, but just, the seeing other places aspect. Visualizing what you want to achieve is very important. I think that was something I downplayed for a long time. And I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but the moment that I really started visualizing me on a stage in Europe with people rapping my lyrics, it felt like the universe then said, okay, well, let's see what we can do.
Lifestyle, run it, right now, want it, so tired of running.
My name is Raiza Biza, I'm a hip hop artist and I'm from Hamilton.
Looking back at all the situations that I took out, 15 since we shared time, everything you said to me is clear.
I like to create with 2 or 3 people, I like to have a conversation before we even put the music on. Wherever the conversation goes, we just talk and share ideas and just theories on why the world is the way it is. The music that we make like that is just so much more fluid, so much more real. Europe has been something that I've been building towards for the last 4 years of my career. It's always been a goal of mine, and spent a lot of time researching how to make that happen. Last year I did my first little lap of Europe, but this year was the first year that I legitimately headlined my own tours. I was in some place I had never been with people who could barely understand English, but they knew the music.
You would understand where I was coming from. Had to find a way, and I had to let my mother know that I am not a man until I find me. Plus I got my family right beside me. It's more than just about me.
I have an EP, my Sun and Moon EP, that is actually ready to release. But while I was in Europe, things kind of changed in the way that I was thinking. So when I was listening back to the EP, it felt incomplete. I felt like there were parts of my story or the journey that I hadn't put into that EP. It was a bit of a tough call, but I had to kind of make the decision to not release it when scheduled and to keep working on it. When you're given the opportunity to do music seriously, it's important to treat it as seriously as you would a normal job. It's important to wake up and say, okay, what are we doing today? Well, we're writing raps, or we're recording hooks, or we emailing people about music.
Thought this shit would take me overseas. We smoking trees in Rotterdam. Packed the show out in Darmstadt and recorded that. Independent made, guess you could call it that.
I feel like right after high school, every person should go spend some time in a place that is different from where they grew up in. Whether it's Asia or Europe or South America, because that kind of gets you ready for life, and you realize. It's also quite good for your ego because you realize that your world is not the center of the universe. You realize there's places where people have completely different social norms.
Yeah.